Ladies and gentlemen, today I stand before you to remind you of a simple yet powerful truth. You have one life, just one, no rewinds, no replays, no second drafts. This is it, and what you do with it matters. Every moment you breathe, every choice you make, every dream you pursue, these are the pages of your story. You may think there's always time, always tomorrow, but life has a way of reminding us how precious and unpredictable it really is. So, the question is, what are you doing with your one life? Life is a one-time gift, an extraordinary journey with a definite beginning and a certain end. No matter how advanced science or technology becomes, no one has yet discovered a way to rewind time or relive the same moment twice. Each sunrise you witness, every breath you take, and every heartbeat that echoes in your chest is a reminder that you're alive today, in this moment, with no guarantee of tomorrow. While it may sound simple or obvious, this fact is often ignored as people become consumed by routines, distractions, and superficial concerns. The truth remains unshaken. Our time on this earth is limited, and once it's gone forever. People frequently act as if life is endless, postponing dreams, delaying difficult conversations, and procrastinating on the things that truly matter. We assume there will always be another opportunity, another year, another chance. But life doesn't offer certainty. It offers opportunity. There are countless stories of individuals who planned their future meticulously, only to find that fate had different plans. Tragedy can strike without warning, and unforeseen circumstances can shift the course of one's life instantly. This is not meant to instill fear, but to awaken urgency. Understanding the brevity of life should motivate us to live with greater awareness, not passive indifference. When you internalize the reality that life is finite, it reshapes your priorities. You begin to question what you're truly spending your time on. Are you living according to your values? Are you surrounding yourself with people who uplift and inspire you? Are you investing your energy in activities that bring fulfillment, or are you merely passing time? Acknowledging the fleeting nature of existence doesn't make life more depressing. It makes it more meaningful. Suddenly, small moments, like a laugh with a friend, a quiet walk at sunset, or an act of kindness, become treasures rather than trivialities. This shift in mindset also encourages you to take responsibility for your life. No one else can live your life for you, and no one else will care as deeply about your dreams as you do. Knowing that your time is irreplaceable helps you say no to what doesn't serve you and yes to what lights you up inside. It calls you to wake up from autopilot and step into intention. Life is not a rehearsal or a waiting room. It's the main event unfolding right now, and recognizing that you have only one life urges you to make every second count. With awareness, gratitude, and courage. Many individuals unknowingly drift through life in a state of autopilot, following routines without questioning their purpose or impact. This mechanical existence can feel comfortable, but it lacks depth. Waking up, going to work, returning home, and repeating the same cycle without pause or reflection leads to a life that is lived out of habit, not intention. When days blur together and choices are made out of convenience rather than desire, the danger arises that life slips away unnoticed. People wake up years later wondering where their time went, only to realize they spent it surviving rather than truly living. Living on autopilot often stems from a societal script that prioritizes productivity over purpose. We're told to chase promotions, accumulate wealth, and follow conventional paths without asking whether these things bring joy or meaning. As a result, many people sacrifice passion for predictability and dreams for deadlines. They avoid risk to preserve comfort, even if that comfort comes at the cost of fulfillment. Even though I am hopeful, if we think of life without conscious effort, a person may end up living a life designed by others, parents, instead of breaking free from autopilot begins with selfishness. It requires pausing long enough to ask deep, sometimes uncomfortable questions. Am I happy with the direction my life is taking? Do my daily actions reflect my core values? What am I passionate about and why am I not pursuing it? This level of introspection can be confronting, but it is necessary for transformation. When you live intentionally, even ordinary moments take on extraordinary meaning. Walking outside becomes a moment of gratitude. Conversations become more mindful, and decisions become more deliberate. Choosing not to live on autopilot is not about making dramatic changes overnight. It's about becoming present in your own life. It's about showing up fully for your experiences rather than drifting through them. When you begin to act with intention, you shift from being a passive observer to an active creator of your life. The difference between existence and living lies in this conscious choice. You no longer allow life to happen to you, you participate in shaping it. In doing so, you reclaim your power, your passion, and your potential. Risk is often perceived as something dangerous or reckless, but in truth, risk is an essential part of any worthwhile pursuit. Without risk, there can be no growth, no innovation, and no fulfillment. Playing it safe may protect you from failure, but it also shields you from opportunity. Every successful person, whether in art, science, business, or personal development, has at some point faced uncertainty and chosen to move forward despite it. Taking risks is not about being careless. It's about having the courage to step into the unknown in pursuit of something meaningful. Taking risks is not about having the courage to step into something. Failure is a natural companion to risk, and it is often misunderstood. Society tends to stigmatize failure as something to be avoided, yet it is through failure that we learn the most. When we fail, we are forced to reflect, adapt, and grow. The most resilient and successful individuals are those who have failed repeatedly but refuse to give up. They understand that failure is not a sign of inadequacy but a stepping stone toward mastery. It is evidence that they dared to try, dared to care, and dared to push beyond their limits. Embracing failure requires a mindset shift. Instead of asking, "What if I fail?" ask, "What will I learn if I do?" Failure becomes less frightening when you understand that every setback carries with it a lesson, an insight, or a redirection that can ultimately serve your greater purpose. When you take risks and fail, You develop resilience, humility, and wisdom. You learn more about yourself, your capabilities, and what truly matters to you. These are qualities that no comfort zone can ever teach. Taking risks and embracing failure also means granting yourself permission to be imperfect. Too often, people are paralyzed by the fear of not doing things right the first time. But perfection is not the goal. Progress is. By giving yourself the freedom to fail, you open yourself up to a world of possibilities that remain close to those who play it safe. Life rewards those who are bold enough to try, stumble, and rise again. In the grand scheme of your one life, it is not the moments of comfort that define you. It's the moments of risk, courage, and persistence. Remaining within the boundaries of your comfort zone may offer a sense of safety and predictability, but it also creates limitations that can silently hinder your personal development. When you challenge yourself to enter unfamiliar territory, whether it's taking a new opportunity, speaking your truths, or learning a new skill, you begin to unlock potential that would have otherwise remained dormant. Fear is the primary reason people stay in their comfort zones. The fear of rejection, failure, or embarrassment acts as a barrier, keeping individuals from stepping into the unknown. Yet, the unknown is where possibility lives. Every breakthrough, every success story, every moment of personal achievement has its roots in risk. The discomfort that comes with pushing boundaries is not a signal to retreat. It's a sign that you're entering a space where growth is possible. Embracing discomfort allows you to build resilience and mental strength. The more you step outside your comfort zone, the more capable you become of handling life's challenges with grace and confidence. Stepping outside your comfort zone doesn't require drastic leaps. It can begin with small, intentional actions. Saying yes to a new experience, initiating a difficult conversation, or expressing your true feelings are all ways to challenge yourself. These actions may seem insignificant at first, but over time they compound into powerful shifts in self-perception. You begin to see yourself not as someone limited by fear or habit, but as someone who takes charge, adapts, and evolves. These incremental changes foster courage, sharpen intuition, and ignite a deeper belief in your own capabilities. As you expand your comfort zone, your world begins to expand with it. You meet new people, encounter new ideas, and develop new strengths that were once hidden beneath layers of hesitation. You realize that growth is not just about acquiring new skills or reaching new heights. It's about who you become in the process. Life outside your comfort zone may be unpredictable and even uncomfortable, but it is also invigorating, empowering, and transformative. It is in that space that you find the richness of life, where every risk taken is a step closer to the person you are truly meant to be. Living with purpose and passion means choosing a life guided by meaning rather than mere survival. Too often, people go through life without truly understanding what drives them, what excites them, or what gives their existence a sense of direction. Purpose is what fuels persistence during hard times. And passion is the energy that makes the journey worthwhile. When you live with both, life feels fuller, more vibrant, and more intentional. You're not just going through the motions, you're building a life that reflects your inner values and desires. Each action becomes meaningful because it aligns with something greater than temporary pleasure or surface level success. Finding your purpose doesn't necessarily mean you have to change the world in some massive way. It means discovering what matters most to you and living in a way that honors that. For some, it could be creating art, helping others, raising a family, teaching, healing, or building something that lasts. Passion is the spark that ignites when you engage in these pursuits, when you lose track of time doing something you love, when your heart feels lit up from within. Purposeful in life is not about fame or fortune. It's about inner satisfaction and the quiet confidence that you are living honestly and intentionally. Living with passion also gives you resilience. When you care deeply about what you do, you are more willing to endure setbacks, criticism, or failure. Passion breathes life into perseverance. Even when obstacles appear, the strength of your conviction keeps you going. Passion is not about chasing excitement every day. It is about committing to something that brings you alive. When you wake up knowing that your efforts are connected to a deeper mission, you're more focused, more fulfilled, and less likely to be swayed by distractions or setbacks. The power of purpose and passion lies in their ability to create alignment between your thoughts, actions, and goals. When what you believe, what you love, and what you do all point in the same direction, you experience a rare and profound form of contentment. You feel connected to yourself and to the world around you. You stop comparing your journey to others because your own path feels authentic and worthwhile. Instead of asking, "What should I do with my life?" you begin asking, "What makes my life meaningful?" And when you find the answer, everything changes. Pain and challenges are often seen as unfortunate interruptions in the flow of life, but they are in fact powerful teachers. Every human being encounters hardship at some point: loss, failure, heartbreak, disappointment, illness, or uncertainty. These experiences, though painful, have the potential to shape us in profound ways. They reveal our inner strength, test our patience, and teach us lessons that comfort and ease never could. When you face difficulties head on, instead of running from them, you begin to uncover layers of resilience you didn't know existed. You realize that struggle isn't a sign of weakness. It's a stage in the evolution of your strength. Many of life's most valuable insights are born from adversity. Pain forces you to slow down, reflect, and reevaluate your choices, your priorities, and your values. It breaks through the noise and demands your attention, often showing you truths you might have ignored when things were going well. In moments of hardship, you may question your path or even your purpose. But these very questions can lead to deeper clarity and direction. Challenges act like a mirror, reflecting your fears and doubts, but also your courage, persistence, and desire to rise. They remind you that you are capable of enduring more than you thought possible. Trust me, in the process of overcoming difficulties, you also develop greater empathy and understanding. This emotional depth enriches your on a genuine level. You become more compassionate, more patient, and more willing to lend a hand or a listening ear. This emotional depth enriches your relationships and expands your ability to connect with others on a genuine level. People who have suffered deeply often emerge with greater wisdom, humility, and appreciation for life's simple gifts. They learn to see joy not as a constant state, but as something more beautiful because it exists side by side with sorrow. Choosing to learn from pain rather than be defined by it gives you the power to transform suffering into purpose. The scars you carry are not signs of defeat, but of survival. They are proof that you endured and evolved. Through pain and challenges, you do not just live, you deepen, awaken, and emerge stronger than before. One of the greatest deceptions people fall victim to is the belief that there will always be a right time to start living fully. We tell ourselves that we'll pursue our dreams once we have more money, more time, more confidence, or more support. But the truth is, the perfect time rarely, if ever, arrives. Life is unpredictable and circumstances are constantly shifting. Waiting for all the stars to align often leads to endless delays, missed opportunities, and deep regret. The longer you postpone taking action, the more you risk waking up one day and realizing that life has passed you by while you were waiting for ideal conditions. Time does not wait for anyone. Each day that passes is one you cannot get back. Every moment you hesitate to follow your passion or speak your truth is a moment lost. Many people have dreams they never act on because they assume they'll always have tomorrow. But tomorrow is never guaranteed. Those who achieve fulfillment are not necessarily the ones with the most talent or resources. They are the ones who decided to begin despite uncertainty. They understood that momentum is created not by waiting, but by moving. Even small steps taken today can lead to powerful changes over time. Taking action now doesn't mean you must overhaul your entire life overnight. It means making the decision to begin, however small or imperfect that beginning may be. You don't need to be completely ready to start. You just need to be willing. The act of beginning often generates its own energy and clarity. As you take one step, the next becomes clearer. Action builds confidence. And with each decision you make, you start to realize that progress, not perfection, is what matters most. The more you delay, the more fear and doubt grow. But once you act, you take control back from your fears. Procrastination is often disguised as preparation. It convinces you that you're being responsible by waiting, but in truth, hesitation robs you of experiences, growth, and transformation. Acting now allows you to take ownership of your time and your life. It helps you develop discipline, direction, and determination. You stop waiting for the world to give you permission. and start giving yourself permission to live fully. Those who dare to act, even in the face of uncertainty, discover possibilities they would have never imagined if they had remained still. The present moment is where life happens, and choosing to act now is the most powerful decision you can make. So as you reflect on everything shared today, remember this: you have one life, just one chance to write your story, chase your dreams, love deeply, and live meaningfully. Don't waste it waiting for the perfect moment, fearing failure, or settling for mediocrity. Embrace the uncertainty, step into your courage, and make each moment count. Live boldly, love freely, grow fearlessly, and never forget, the power to create a life of purpose and passion lies within you. This is your time. This is your one life. Live it well.